Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is March 9th, 2021, and this is episode 225. We're going to look at Proctor Valley Road by Grant Morrison today. This is a Boom Studios at number one for $3.99. And take a quick look at this cover. It's kind of a nice cover. I mean, it's kind of got that eerie look to it with the flashlight going on and the dusk in the background. We see some eyes in the hills. The hills have eyes here. So we see these four young women. They're all in high school, and they're out looking for a spooky story, basically. And let's take a look at who wrote this, who worked on this. We mentioned Grant Morrison was the writer, along with Alex Child, who I don't know who that is. Illustrated by Naomi Franquis, colored by Tamara Bonvillain, and lettered by Jim Campbell. Okay, the cover here is by Naomi Franquis, and I must say that the cover is actually more not nicely drawn than the interior, which I guess is pretty normal, even though it's the same person. And it starts out where we've got this car rumbling along the road, Proctor Valley Road, and it's out by Chula Vista, California. This is 1970, around there, and suddenly the car is stopped by this weird creature, horned creature. We really don't get a look at it, and it kills that guy, basically. Meanwhile, this is June 1970 now, Chula Vista, California, which is right by San Diego, if you're familiar with Chula Vista. I grew up in California, so I know the area very well. Well, not so much Chula Vista, but California. Chapter 1, Janis Joplin started it, and basically we've got, I believe her name is Jenny and Riley, and something like that, and she's trying to distract the cashier at this Quickie Mart so her friend Riley can swipe a pair of sunglasses or two or three, and the guy catches them, sees her leaving with all these sunglasses on. They're trying to earn money to go to a Janis Joplin concert, and apparently they need $8, and I'm assuming it's $2 a piece because there's four of them all together once they get going here. So we get a little argument with the family here. They make remarks about the kids. One kid's a bad influence, the other one's overweight, and it kind of goes back and forth. And the two kids are hanging out and they're discussing how they're going to make more money. And they're kind of delinquent a little bit, not overly so, but they do stuff like stick gum on people's rearview mirrors and stealing sunglasses. So then we have one of their friends is working for this old lady, and she says some things that are a little off color because that's how everybody spoke in California in 1970. Not. That's what we're going to find here is there's a lot of tropes that are being recycled here. I'm not sure what the deal was. This guy's calling these girls the Manson girls, being funny. They're all walking together, and I don't know. This is not a recommend. Then they go out and smoke cigarettes and drink booze, but they don't have enough money for tickets, but they got booze and cigarettes, so figure that one out. They're trying to raise $8, like I said, fill that jar, and they're trying to come up with ways to do it. This is their friend Cora who has joined them, and she's Hispanic, so they have a black, Hispanic, healthy at any size, and then just the normal delinquent. And I think she's supposed to be the smart one. The black girl is the scientific mind that wants to go into NASA and be the first astronaut, woman astronaut, excuse me. Okay. So they go off to a carnival. Now, I'm not sure where they're getting all this money to do all this stuff. They're trying to be saving it up, but the brother of, I can't think of what her name is getting hassled by two white guys, which this happened all the time in California. Not. It was pretty good. Things were pretty solid back then. I was around those years, and I remember things that were never as heated as they're talking here. He's calling him a communist to his face. They don't even know each other. This guy's calling him a traitor because he won't join the army. It's just like, okay. By then, Vietnam was kind of, people didn't want to go. They really did not want to go to Vietnam in 1970. So this thing is all kind of, it's kind of moot points here. Now we get these three boys that come up, and they want to pick up on the three girls here. They're hoping to get some action, as it'd be back then. And, I would just have to say there are a lot of things that just seem really out of place, but it is what it is. Okay, so these girls decide they can lure these three guys to pay $5 a piece to go on the spooky trip that they're planning. And here they have money suddenly to go on rides and whatnot. So they talk the boys to go with them. They're going to show them something really scary. The boys think that they're going to get some action. That's kind of their deal here. So it's kind of a more grown-up version, I guess, of Stranger Things, with things that are out of place, out of time, or whatnot. The art in it's okay. I mean, it's nothing really great. They're talking about Route 66 here east. And I just want to tell you, Route 66 is about, or Route 66 is about 3 hours from Chula Vista. So they're just sticking stuff in here. They're about 6 miles out of Chula Vista, apparently, because that's how far it would be to walk back. So the guys are realizing they're not going to get any action, and they don't want to pay for the spooky story they heard about these creatures that have chains and bells and whatnot that kill motorists. So they're going to walk back. They're saying, forget it. Let's just walk back. We're not paying them anything for a ride back. And one of the guys has to take a whiz. He goes off, and suddenly he's gone. And then this guy sees him being eaten by some kind of creature, and he hears the bells, and he doesn't realize this giant bull-like thing's behind him. He gets munched, and the other guy as well. So the four girls are back at our Ghostbusters 2021, are back at the Ghostbuster van, and they're like, oh, we're the guys. We should really give them a ride back, Can't leave them out here. The guys aren't responding. They think that and the girl's flashlight goes out, and they go, we got to get out of here quick. So they're kind of freaking out. And they're driving, and they hear all these sounds and whatnot. And they get out of the van, and they notice there's handprints, bloody handprints all over the back of it. In the meantime, next day at school, they're questioned about the missing three boys because apparently they were seen at the carnival with the three boys. And they're just trying to fess up because two of the boys, I guess, were supposed to go to the draft board, get their physicals the next day. So they're missing their AWOL, and they want to find the three boys. So that's how we've ended this one. Not a recommend. I think it could have had stronger story points if they were really pushing it. You got 18-year-old guys going after, looks like, high school girls. I don't know. And the monsters, they don't really bring too much to the story. It's just kind of some kind of attempt at being creepy, but it is a not recommend, so I'm sorry. I cannot recommend this, even though it's Grant Morrison. Okay, that's my review on this. Thanks for stopping by. As always, please please subscribe if you haven't, and please leave comments. And we'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. As always, this is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.